Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We were looking at the effect of heating a saturated solution, right? Okay. When a saturated solution is heating, then it becomes unsaturated because it can dissolve some small amount of solute again. Due to this reason, it becomes unsaturated, and on heating, the solubility of a substance is increases. Effect of heating a saturated solution. Solubility on rising temperature. The solubility of the substance increases on rising temperature. Due to this, it becomes unsaturated because it can dissolve more solute to become saturated solution. Can also be made unsaturated by adding more solvent to it. On heating, it becomes unsaturated. One more thing is this: on adding solvent in a saturated solution, it becomes unsaturated. On adding solvent in a saturated solution, it becomes unsaturated because the amount of solvent is increases in that solution. Due to this, the solution become unsaturated. What is unsaturated solution? The solution in which more of the solute can be dissolved at a given temperature is known as unsaturated solution. In saturated solution, no more solute can be dissolved, but in unsaturated solution, it can dissolve more solute. Now, supersaturated. Supersaturated. It means the solution which contain amount of solute is more than saturated solution. In supersaturated solution, amount of solute is more as they proved on theoretical or practically. We know that a particular amount of solute can dissolve in a solvent to make it saturated. That amount, it requires more amount. The amount of solute is more as they proved on theoretical. See what happened here. Unsaturated, then saturated solution and supersaturated solution. The solute is small less. Here is no more solute can be dissolved. Unsaturated solution, in this the amount of solute is less. Is less. But here amount of solute is more and no more solute can be dissolved. Can be dissolved in saturated solution. But in supersaturated, the amount is more than this. The amount of solute is more than saturated solution, as they require in theoretically to prove it. More than of that. Heat a solution. What we have to do for to making this super saturated solution? A solution that holds more solute than it can theoretically do at a given temperature is a supersaturated solution. What we have to do for this? When we heat saturated solution and dissolve some more solute to it, then it cool. How to prepare supersaturated solution? On heating, saturated solution, it becomes unsaturated, dissolve more solute in it and cool them. After that, keep it for cooling. Keep the solution for cooling, right? At a room temperature, slowly without causing any disturbance. Do not disturb it. Remain it as usual. Do not disturb. No stirring, no touching, scratching, shaking, nothing will we have to do there. Then the resultant solution hold more soluble. If they remain in the settled condition, it can hold at at this condition. It can hold a small amount of solute. This is a small amount of solute. Then the saturated solution become unsaturated, so supersaturated solution. Then it is known as supersaturated solution. What is the process to make a supersaturated solution? On heating a saturated solution, it becomes unsaturated solution and it can dissolve more amount of solute. Dissolve more amount of solute and keep the solution for the cooling. At this condition, on cooling stage, it can hold a small amount of solute again. And this, due to this amount of this solute, it becomes supersaturated solution at the given temperature. The supersaturated solution, since it hold more solute, then it can theoretically hold at that temperature. So the amount of solute is more, as it is theoretically proved. So due to this, it is known as supersaturated solution. Okay. Supersaturated solution at a particular temperature is one that is more concentrated. It is more concentrated as compared to the saturated solution because it holds more amount of solute than its saturated solution at a temperature. A supersaturated solution is metastable and slight disturbance, like when we disturb it by shaking, stirring, scratching the wall of a container or adding a solute crystal. At this condition, supersaturated solution, it becomes supersaturated solution when it cannot be disturbed. When we shake on shaking, stirring, or any other disturbance, it becomes, it give a precipitate on aiding, stirring, solute, or adding a crystal, or adding a crystal of solute. It give the precipitation, the additional amount of solute to precipitate. Now the precipitate come out. It change into precipitate. Some insoluble parts we can see in the solution, and this is known as precipitate. So on adding small amount of solute or shaking, stirring, adding anything we can do, the extra amount of solute can come out in the form of precipitate. This is all about the supersaturated solution. Now, it is possible to bring down the temperature. When we bring down the temperature of saturated solution a little without the excess solute crystallizing out it. What happens? We can do this when no suspended impurities like dust particles are present there. It can be happen when no impurities, dust particles are present in the solution, and the solution is not disturbed by physically, by shaking, adding, holding anything. It is left standing still in its container. Concentration of solution. How to measure concentration of solution? Concentration of a solution. How to measure the concentration? We can measure concentration of solution in many ways. First is mass percent. In this, the condition is this: the solute is in gram. The solute will be in, and this is for solute, solute and liquid solvent. The condition to measure the concentration of a solution in mass percent is the solute will be in grams and the solute in solid form and solvent will be in liquid state. How to measure mass of solute upon mass of solution? Multiply 100. In this, mass of solution means solute, mass of solute plus mass of solvent. This is the mass of solution, means mass of solute and mass of solvent. If we take 10 gram of NaCl and it 100 gram is solution, total 100 gram is a solution, then what is the 90 gram is water. How to measure it? Mass of solute, this is the solute, this is the mass of solute, then 10 plus 90 multiply 100, 10 upon 100 multiply 100 and it becomes 10%. This is all about the mass percent. The next method of measuring concentration of solution is volume percent. We can measure this in volume. Here is the condition, both solute and solvent will be in liquid form. Will be in liquid form and it can measure in milliliter. The unit is milliliter. If the formula is volume of solute upon volume of solution multiply 100. This is the formula for this. Volume of solute upon volume of solution multiply 100. If we take 30 ml is solute, then 70 ml is solvent. How to measure this? 30 upon 30 plus 70 multiply 100 and 30 upon 100 multiply 100 equal to 30%. The mass percent of solute is 30%. Now some examples are given here. Do it yourself. If you find any confusion, you can ask. Now I am taking solubility. The amount of solute that dissolve in 100 gram of solvent to form a saturated solution at a particular temperature is called its solubility. Amount of solvent which can dissolve in 100 gram of solvent to make it saturated solution. At a particular temperature is known as solubility. The amount of the amount of solute which can dissolve in 100 gram of solvent to make it saturated solution at a particular temperature is called solubility. It's called solubility. Here is a different substances dissolve in different extent. Suppose NaCl dissolve in water. The amount of NaCl will be different. KNO3 is another salt which can dissolve in water, is required in other quantity. So here is an example: different solution, different substances dissolve to different extent in the same volume of given solvent. We can say that here is an example: sodium chloride and potassium nitrate. Sodium chloride and potassium nitrate. At 40 degree, the solution become in water. Temperature is 40 degrees Celsius in both the cases. 40 degrees Celsius. Then the amount of sodium chloride is 36.5 gram in 100 gram, but amount of KNO3 is 63 gram. So the amount of KNO3 is more as compared to the sodium chloride. The solubility of potassium nitrate is greater than the solubility of sodium chloride. Potassium chloride has the greater solubility as compared to the sodium chloride. The solubility of a solute in a particular solvent at a given temperature is equivalent to the maximum number of grams of the solute necessary to saturate 100 gram of the solvent at a temperature. This is the amount is required for the making a saturated solution of sodium chloride and the making the saturated solution of potassium nitrate in 100 gram of water at 40 degree temperature. There are three types of solutions. Three types of solutions we are having here. Insoluble. Insoluble solution. In this, a substance that has negligible solubility. Negligible solubility, it means it cannot dissolve a substance in a proper amount. It has it can dissolve in very small amount, which we can ignore. So, silver chloride. Here is a silver chloride which has solubility. Silver chloride means AgCl has the solubility is this. So we can ignore this value. The silver chloride is an insoluble solution. But substance that has more than the negligible. And the second is it can dissolve more solute as compared to the insoluble solution, but less, it is known as sparingly soluble. Sparingly solution, it means it can dissolve more solute as compared to the insoluble solution and lower than the soluble solvent. More solute insoluble solution and less solute to soluble substance. It means it has the medium capacity of dissolving solubility. It has medium solubility as compared to the it is more than the insoluble and less than the soluble substance, soluble solution. Calcium hydroxide, which has 0.17. This is the calcium hydroxide, and it has the capacity of dissolving is 170 gram, which is more than that of this. So this is the sparingly solution. A substance having high solubility, which as sodium chloride is simply called soluble. There are two types of solution, and the last third one is soluble solution. It can dissolve more amount of solute. More amount of solute as compared to the insoluble and sparingly solution, and they are known as soluble solutions. So we can say that the solubility is increases in insoluble solution has the lower capacity as compared to the sparingly solution. Then the capacity of dissolving is higher in soluble substance. Right? There are three types of solution. Insoluble substance having the least dissolving capacity, and in sparingly solution it has more than the insoluble and less than the soluble solution. Now the factor affecting solubility. What are the factors which affect the solubility? The first one is temperature, and we can take the size of a solute particle. Size of a solute particle. In this, if the smaller the size, the capacity of solubility is increases. As the size of a solute particle is decreases, the solubility increases. We can see this in our regular example. Take a sugar crystal and add in a bottle. It takes time, but in place of sugar crystal, we take sugar powder. Sugar powder can easily dissolve in water in a short time. So due to this, the size of a solute particle increases, the solubility is decreases. When the size of a solute particle decreases, the solubility is increases. They are inversely proportional. Smaller the size, solubility increases. Smaller the size, increases. The smaller of the size of a solid particle, greater the total surface of area. Due to this, it Suppose these are the particles, and here is a particles. They have the greater surface area in this, and due to this greater surface area, less surface area which is in contact of the solvent. Here is the greater surface area. They are attaching with the solvent, and due to this it can dissolve easily as compared to the bigger size solid particle. Then next is stirring. Stirring brings more of the solvent in contact with the solute. On stirring, the solute particle is are more in contact with the solvent particle on stirring. Due to this, the increase the rate of formation of solution. Stirring increase the rate of form. And the last one is temperature. Temperature. We know that on increasing temperature, the solubility is also increases. On heating, we can dissolve sugar easily as compared to the in a cold water. The solubility of gas in a liquid always decrease. Here is a change in solubility. Solubility of gas decrease on increasing temperature. In gas, there is a other thing is here. On solubility of gas decreases on increasing temperature. When we increase temperature in a gaseous state, it decreases the solubility of a particular solvent. So always decrease with rise to the temperature, but the solubility of most solid. But in case of solid, on increasing temperature, the solubility is also increases. Here is an example of potassium nitrate in water at 20 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. Potassium nitrate, KNO3, the solution is in water, and the solution becomes here at the 20 degrees Celsius. 20 degrees Celsius, it can dissolve 31.6 gram KNO3. But at 60 degrees Celsius, it can dissolve 108 grams KNO3. The solution of potassium nitrate in water at 20 degrees Celsius, it can dissolve 31.6 gram potassium nitrate at 20 degrees Celsius. But on increasing temperature, it becomes 20 to 60. The capacity of dissolving solute is increases as we increase the temperature, and it becomes 108 grams of KNO3 can dissolve in a particular amount of water. So we can say that on increasing temperature, the solubility of a solute, solubility of a solid solute can increase on increasing the temperature. All the factors affect solubility because in the process of dissolution, the particle of solute nearly occupy the space between the particle of solvent. They react. They occupy the space having in between the particle of solvent without undergoing any chemical change. Variation of solubility of a given substance with temperature can be shown by means of solubility curves. We can see the curves of solubility on increasing the temperature. We will do this topic in our next class because there is no time, we are having too much. Okay, if you want to ask any question regarding this topic we have completed, anyone? Yes, do you want to ask anything? No one. Okay, I'm leaving the class for today. Have a nice day.